A Special Truce, a fan fiction by Hamel Hamster, narrated by me, Kylie. As the day came to an end, the angry video game nerd James went back to his hotel to retire for the rest of the day. He spent his whole day at Con, mingling with his fans and talking about shitty video games. The whole con should have been a blast, but it wasn't for AVGN. His booth was right across from the Nostalgia Critic, his seemingly worst enemy. He was dogged by fans instigating a fight with him, a fight he did not want to start. James was quite upset that NC wanted to fight him as well. See, the AVGN don't hate NC. In fact, he is madly in love with him. When he first saw NC, he fell in love with his unshaven look and his sexy glasses. His big, potty mouth gave him shivers down his tummy talks, so he was very hurt when he learned NC made a video calling him out. "Why does he hate me?" James said as he plopped down on the bed. James never knew he was gay until he met that guy with the glasses. His sexual desire just bloomed, and he became attracted to men ever since. He is a virgin, and he dreams of the day he might lost it to the Nostalgia Critic. Then the AVGN sprung up from his bed. "Wait a minute. Why am I just laying here complaining? I need to know. I need to know why he hates me." James got up and walked to NC's hotel room down the hall. He didn't understand. He was a nice guy. He had feelings. He never mean any harm when he insults people in his videos. He was just a random victim of the man he loves ever so deeply. Silently, James knocked on the door. "Why am I doing this?" he thinks to himself, wondering if his knocks was loud enough to hear. Suddenly, he felt a hand on his shoulder from behind which scared the daylights out of him. "What the fuck?" He turned and saw the Nostalgia Critic himself. The AVGN's legs started to go weak as he stared into NC's glasses. He couldn't help but grow an erection at his presence. He was just so manly. Well, Mr. Angry Video Game Nerd. We meet again," the man with glasses says while staring into James' glasses. "Nostalgia Critic, I want a word with you." "Then come on in. You had a long day. Come inside for a beer," the NC says while opening and walking inside on his hotel room. The nerd follows the Nostalgia and sits on his bed. "Got any Rolling Rock?" "Of course," the Nostalgia Critic says while pulling out a beer from his suitcase. James couldn't believe he was this close to NC without confrontation. He started drinking his beer while the Nostalgia Critic sat on the bed with James, watching the nerd. "So, what do you want to talk to me about?" James looked down and placed his beer on the floor. He didn't respond for a minute or two. "Well, I was wondering what the deal with you disliking me. We never met beforehand, and you just decided to be a jerk to me." The nerd looked at NC and continued. "I'm a big fan of yours, NC. I told you I was a big fan of my forum, and you thought it was a secret message insulting you. Why do you want to fight me when I idolize you?" The Nostalgia Critic was silent for a while. "You really like me, don't you, buttfucker?" He laughed, but the AVGN was somewhat offended by this comment because he was homosexual. James hung his head low and then he placed his hand on his back. "You think I hate you?" James looked up quickly. "You don't?" No question mark. "Of course not. I was just messing around. I like you very much, nerd. You are awesome." The AVGN blushed and looked away. "Well, gee, and you want to know a secret?" "What secret?" the nerd says, baffled. "I am gay. And I find you attractive. In fact, I even love you." Nostalgia Critic looks away looked away with a huge blush on his face. James couldn't believe what he was hearing. It's like a dream come true. He met his love, and his love loved him too. Really? Yes. The nostalgic critic leaned in and kissed James on the mouth. The kiss sent shivers down his spine and aroused him greatly. AVGN returned the kiss, and they both started kissing passionately. The nerd's head almost exploded of the unbelievability of this. He was kissing his lover, and he loved it. They parted later, panting for air. I love you too, nostalgia critic, James says with powerful bedroom eyes. You don't know how much I wanted to hear that. Nostalgia critic grabbed AVGN and slowly pulled him down on the bed while kissing him. His arms wandered up and down the nerd's scrawny chest as he grows more and more aroused. Slowly, the nostalgia critic stripped James' shirt off and started licking his nipples. He teased around the nipples and then started sucking on the nerd's milk-dud-colored tit. Oh, nostalgia, don't stop.